it's time to talk about older kids. Now, we're all hanging out on the playground playing tag, and the older kids are like over there by the brick wall, like graffiti and stuff and everything. They're not that interested in our tag game. But once we get to full hype, they're kind of like, what's going on the field over there? So you can get the help of an older kid when you get to full hype. So when your meter gets to 10, you automatically flip the meter to the backside and you get your older kid card. This happens immediately, no matter what else is going on. It might not even be your turn. There are times where this happens not on your turn. You just stop, you flip, and you get an older kid card. So here's how it works. You go to the older kid pile, which is just kind of sitting off to the side. You get to draw the top two. You look at them. You're going to choose one to keep, and the other one's going to go on the bottom of the pile. So how do you choose which older kid? Well, part of what's cool about this game is it's this shifting landscape. That's certainly how I felt about Recess when I was a kid. And so depending on what's going on, who's ahead? Am I ahead or am I behind? Which of the main kids, which hype meters do I have? What trait do I have in play? What's going on? Do I have any characters in play? Like, I'm going to look for an older kid that kind of works with what I have going on. So I'm going to pick one. It immediately goes into play and it cannot be blocked. It goes into play. And from that point on, it functions like any other character card. So older kids are basically special character cards that sit in play and do a really powerful effect. And what's cool is these effects are designed to help you kind of like chart a path towards winning the game. They have one extra ability that other characters don't have, which is that they are loyal. And all that means is that they cannot be removed or repositioned. So this card cannot go away until you get down to 4 on your hype meter, okay? And the thing is, when you get to 4, they don't go away, but now effects that might like remove or reposition them are totally online. And so it's kind of like as your hype is going down, they start to kind of like lose interest in you, okay?
Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk about some older kids, specific older kids, because I think that this is one of the most fun aspects of the game. I love picking up those 2 cards. Jesse said you get to pick up 2 and figure out which one would be best for you in the particular moment that you're in the game. So I'm going to talk about Negative Nancy. She's one of my favorites, partly because I looked a little like her in high school, so I feel like I get her. What's great about her is she will turn all of your effects that would move you up on the meter to down, because she's nego. So when you get your older kid, you are moving down on the hype meter. So you're like, anything that can help me move down quicker, I'm going to do. So here's some cool things about Nancy. Like, let's say that I had this card called Get Riled, right? It's so easy to play because I can play it at level 2 or up. And it would normally move me up. So I might want to get rid of this card, but not when I have Nancy, because I can play it for a move up too, but she turns it into a move down. So I'm psyched. So then also, if you're looking at tag cards, you can see any tag card that you pair for a move up, like a shoulder check. If I had paired that, I would move up 2. If I have Nancy in play, I'm moving down 2. Same with the push. Normally, I would be cycling these cards out of my hand, but when I have Nancy around, I'm going to keep them. So that's just like a cool, okay, and then you start to feel how you can use her to your benefit. So that's just a fun thing about Nancy. There's another one that I love called First Aid Kitty. And she's great because if I'm playing with Zoe, Zoe's trait is that she wants me to draw 3 cards. She's confident. So if I have these 2 together, I'm excited because when I play a shoulder check or a collision, First Aid Kitty is going to allow me to draw. So you'll notice on these cards, there's no draw. But if I have Kitty around, I can draw off of them. So not only is that great because I love having more cards in my hand, and if I have most cards at the end of the hand, I'm going to get a bonus for that. But if I've got her going, I'm drawing more cards, and pretty soon it's really easy to get her trait. So that's just a couple of examples of like fun ways that these cards all kind of work together. And the more that you play and the more older kids you cycle through, you'll find these synergies that come up and it makes you want to play again. So Jesse's going to tell you about a couple more.
The shifting landscape of the game, who's where on their hype meter, which older kid card they have. Like, this is what makes the game so replayable. So here's an example. Here's a card called Paparazzi Pack. And Paparazzi Pack basically lets you use your trait ability as many times as you want. So instead of only doing it once per hand, you can go off with your trait ability any number of times that you want. That one's really fun. How about Hoodie Cool? Hoodie Cool basically lets you, instead of regrouping, you can steal a card from any opponent's hand. So every turn you can steal cards from your opponent. This really helps if you're trying to like get them out so that you can be the punk. Ray-by Play is a favorite. Ray-by Play gives you the hype bonus on every one of your hype cards, no matter where you are on your hype meter. So maybe you're playing a 3+ and you're down at 3. If it has a 7+ bonus, you're still gonna get it. So Ray-by Play is hyping you up from the sidelines, and he says you get all of your bonuses. So there's 12 of these that come with the game. There's also one that comes just for you Kickstarter backers. And I just want to show that to you really quick. That is Crowdfunder Fran. And what's cool about Crowdfunder Fran, she is very powerful. She gives you the effect of every other helpful character card that is in play in the game. So if there's 2 or 3 helpful character cards in play, you get them all. You know, she's crowdfunding, she's helpful, she's got all the help of her friends. So that's an example for you Kickstarter backers of a card that is only in the Kickstarter edition. All right, that is it for Older Kids.